Hi guys, good morning. Hello, my name is Denise. I am a health freedom activist in Northern California. I have a blog on Facebook called The Informed Mama and a YouTube channel called The Informed Mama. I also have a website. Facebook has decided to start censoring a lot of activists, and my website is theinformedmama.org. Lately, my reach isn't what it used to be, so I'm hoping that you guys can click on the watch first, or to get notifications on my lives. I'm going to be joined by my friend Heidi, and what we are going to be discussing today is the protest that's happening, or I should say the gathering that's happening in front of San Francisco Chronicle. And we are going to start speaking out and protecting our doctors who protect us. So Heidi, I sent you a message. Hold on, sorry guys. Add her. It is hot. I'm in California and it's already like 100 degrees.
Oh, hi. I've never done this. This is fun.
Hi Heidi. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to the viewers so that way they know who you are and they get comfortable with meeting us on Friday.
Okay, my name is Heidi, and I've been a part of Parents United for Kids for a couple years, following what's going on in the state. As far as this current issue, I just was saying I need to get involved somehow, and doors just opened up for me to help connect some dots, and that's how it all started. And I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, so that's probably a huge reason why I'm involved with this specific event.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. When I originally started planning these yellow vest movements, it was, it was public health. And then I wanted to do all of the news stations, because the news stations are lying about, Dr. Stoller. They're lying about doctors who are giving fake medical exemptions. So that's the reason why Heidi contacted me and said, you know what, maybe our efforts are better spent in San Francisco to protect the doctors that are now speaking out for us and protecting our kids. Mm-hmm. So everybody thank Heidi for that one. And it's really, it kind of grew bigger than I thought it was going to, very quickly.
Me too.
Very, very quickly.
Very.
And this is the thing I want people to understand. To come out
did
to
we
San
cut off?
Francisco, are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
To come out to San Francisco isn't just to protect Dr. Stoller. It
Correct.
is because our doctors are on they're on a witch hunt with their doctors. So Dr. Stoller may not be your doctor, but they may come after your doctor who wrote a medical exemption.
Right.
And then they want to subpoena your records, your confidential patient records, and what doctors are going to be left if we don't protect the ones that are coming at us right now and helping us to speak to protect our kids, because the ones who have medical exemptions are medically fragile children.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so what have you started working on, or let's talk about the rally. So it starts Friday at noon, San Francisco Chronicle, right?
Yes. So everybody do whatever it takes to get to San Francisco at noon, whether that's Uber or BART or carpooling, whatever it takes to get there. At noon, we're all going to meet on the sidewalk in front of the San Francisco Chronicle. That address is 901 Mission Street. And we'll be waiting there for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. Do you think that sounds about right, Denise?
Yeah, about
waiting for everybody to get there?
Yeah, 15, 20
minutes. A 15-minute window, roughly, for everybody to show up?
Yes, and to be clear, so for San Francisco, I know, parking is ridiculous.
Yes.
But if you want to carpool, I have room for like 2 more people. I'm coming from Stockton, and there's a parking garage on 5th and Mission Street. It's a 4-story garage, and there's another one. Oh, and then there's a BART on Powell, so it's about a block away. So BART is great, carpooling, and if you are parking, then there's a parking garage available right directly across from the San Francisco Chronicle.
Yes.
And then we're marching.
Yes. That is a newer part of the plan. What I was talking about, how this all came together, it was ordained, I guess is all I can say about this, that all the details came together. Initially, it was just supposed to be us in front of the San Francisco Chronicle protesting, But this event that we're now doing is very different than any other event we've ever done and may never do. I don't know. It's a once in a lifetime event, I'll say. I don't want to say we're not going to do something like this again. But yeah, we are working closely with Rick Jaffe, who is Dr. Stoller's attorney. And it is in conversations with him that the decision was made that we will march from the San Francisco Chronicle to the San Francisco City District Attorney's Office. And that's about a mile walk that we will be doing. So make sure you wear good, comfortable shoes on Friday.
And, you know, I really want to emphasize the yellow vest. I know
Yes,
some
I
people
agree.
don't like it, but it really makes it's kind of shocking to see 100 to 200 people lined up on a sidewalk with yellow vest on, holding up signs. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. So somebody wanted me to explain 276 real quick. So in the state of California, we are only afforded the medical exemptions to put our children into public school or daycare. So our children who do have medical exemptions are already medically fragile. The doctors have seen them, the doctors have tested them, and Dr. Stoller especially does genetic testing. So he's, you know, given our children medical exemptions. So now Senator Pan has introduced 276, which says that doctors are giving fake medical exemptions. And never has the California Medical Board ever come out with a doctor who actually wrote a fake exemption. So
Correct.
we want to protect the doctors. The thing about this one is the district attorney is calling Dr. Stoller a nuisance for writing exemptions.
Yep.
That is kind of incredible to say, a nuisance for looking at patient records and doing genetic testing and then saying, you know what, this child has had a reaction to a vaccine. Maybe this isn't in the best interest of the child. So when we're in San Francisco, our signs should be cohesive with 276.
Correct.
I know I see a lot of people with signs like "My Body, My Choice," things like that. So what are some sign ideas, Heidi, that you think you know, we should stick
It
to?
cut out for me.
Uh-oh, she's breaking up.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
Okay.
This is where I feel bad because I don't have that up right now. So let me find it real fast.
That's okay.
Uh,
So, you know, we lost the vaccine debate with
yes,
277. We lost it. I mean, you know,
correct.
we can't relive it, especially right now. So for me, I want my signs to say politicians to stay out of our medical decisions or out of our medical records. Our medical decisions shouldn't be in the hands of bureaucrats. Things like that. Exactly. Protect doctor-patient relationships because that affects everybody. It's not
Correct.
just the vaccine movement. It affects
Yes.
everybody because if it opens up the door to say, okay, now we're going to have the state look at your medical records. We're seeing forced chemotherapy. We're seeing forced medical procedures all across the United States. So this
Right.
is a very dangerous door to open. We want
Correct.
to make sure the signs stay cohesive to 276.
And I do have the list now. And people can do their own based off this as well, but we want the messaging to all be reflecting these types of statements. We do think it's really powerful that they need to be 5 to 8 word statements so that they're easy to be read quickly. But here are some of them. Doctors, not bureaucrats. Withdraw the subpoena. Health, not politics. Protect my medical privacy rights. Do not open the door to medical privacy abuse. Don't target fragile children and families.
That's perfect. We want to make sure that the public understands this is not about vaccines.
Correct,
I
it's
mean,
not.
we know it's about vaccines. We know that it affects our children with vaccines. But the bigger picture here is that we're now putting our health care in the hands of politicians. And that's a really scary thing to do. We want to make sure that we have that relationship between doctors and patients because otherwise now we're going to have the state making medical decisions for our children and for us. This is a very, very slippery slope. And I know we have a lot of very great organizations that are included. So we're not alone in this. We do not have a permit, so we are standing on the sidewalk, and we want the media and we want the public to know this is about medical freedom and the freedom to choose what
Right.
kind of medical procedures we do. Yes, we will. What we'll do, Heidi, if you can, I know you have the list. Maybe we can create just a quick post of the kind of signs that
Yes.
people can use. And
Hmm.
if you do not have a yellow vest, you can go down to Home Depot. They're like 5, $8, something like that. We have a few that we can hand out as well. But we want you guys to come prepared. Come with your signs, come with comfortable shoes, come with the yellow vest, and be prepared to walk for about a mile. Is there anything else that we have to tell? Any questions? So the subpoena. Heidi, do you
Okay.
want to talk about the subpoena?
So I should know this better. I have studied it, and I do want everybody else to go online right now. You can go to the city district attorney's office and see the actual subpoena that was issued on May 8th, I believe was the date. It was early May when the subpoena came out. And it's an administrative subpoena that the city district attorney's office wants all of Stoller's records because he sees this as a public nuisance issue. This is a precedent-setting case. This has never happened before.
Yeah.
The reason why it's so important that every person gets involved is because if precedent is set here in San Francisco, it's going nationwide. I mean,
Absolutely.
San Francisco is the epicenter of California, and it will go into other states. So because this is such a precedented case, not only is this a local event, but there also is a global call to action where everybody else watching in other states and other countries, they can get involved on this day as well.
Yeah, we really need as many people as possible to be there because we have to send the message to the district attorney that the charges are ridiculous or the subpoena is
Hmm.
ridiculous. Our patient record should not be in the hands of politicians, but
Correct.
we also need to make sure that people understand this is going to affect them as well. It's not just Dr. Stoller. It's not just San Francisco. Same thing that happened to Alan Phillips. It's happening to all the doctors writing exemptions. So what's going to happen to our doctors now if they're too scared? We have to send a message to the medical board. Look,
Hmm.
what you're doing is unethical. There's
Right.
no standing anything for something like this to happen. You should not have to subpoena records. And what they're doing also, they're sending parents letters saying,
Correct.
you have to release your child's medical records or you're going to get subpoenaed too. So it's a
Correct.
bully tactic and they can't do
Hmm.
that. Just remember, please, parents, don't sign any paperwork that says you're releasing your child's medical records to anybody other than your doctor. That's the doctor's responsibility, and Dr. Solar has a great legal team. But this is happening to every doctor. So it's going to be Friday, starting at noon
Hmm.
to maybe 2-ish. Just depending. We're kind of calling it by ear. So if you need to carpool from Stockton, I have room for 2 more, or you can take the BART to kind of cut down on your expenses and time. So do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, just to plan time, both coming and leaving the city. Anybody who's dealt with San Francisco, it's a peninsula, so you have to go over bridges or underground tunnels in BART to get to the city. So leave adequate time both at the beginning of the event and the end of the event um, for that.
And I'll be there early.
Hmm.
I'll be there around 11 o'clock. I just want to scope out the area and make sure. And also, we're going to have a map drawn out for
Yes.
everybody so you guys can see logistically where we're marching, what's close
Hmm.
by. And, we're going to have some people who are there to also make sure that there's no issues, thing like that.
Correct.
And also, LA Times, they are also joining in on this. People who can't go to San Francisco, they are going to be protesting the LA Times as well. Same time, noon. So, but for Northern California, we really need all hands on deck. We have to send a message that we will not allow our doctors to be witch hunted like this anymore. We're in a really
Correct.
bad situation in California. This sets the precedents for every other state to follow.
Hmm.
So I appreciate your hard work. Heidi has really worked crazy hard on this, and I appreciate everybody you've been contacting to help us out with this. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been an honor to work with you too. And I guess the last thing I want to say is that just reiterating what you have said before on prior lives, our movement is super diverse, super, super diverse, and it needs to stay that way. Yes, there's a unified message that we want to get across, but it's super diverse. And so if the yellow vest scares you, I mean, even myself, I was like, I don't know, like that could be associated with something else, or people might have misconceptions about it, or what is that really about? So before you completely disregard something, just take time to sit and think and read and talk to people that are active in that area first to truly understand what it is. But while we're asking for you to come wearing a yellow vest, please don't let that stop you from
No, not at
coming.
all.
So we are not at all trying to limit speech or expression. Everybody in our movement has a different opinion on how to do this, and that's okay. We need every single voice, because our voices are being heard in the public, and the public doesn't identify with just one voice. They need to see all walks of life, which there are in this movement, all walks of life. They need to see them represented, and they need to know that it's all right to step in and let their voice be heard. And certain voices are going to feel more accessible to them than others. And that's great. That's what it's supposed to be all about. So I guess that was the final thing that I wanted to address about
Yeah,
this event.
absolutely. Don't, I mean, I know a lot of people do get put off by the yellow vest. That is something that is dear to me because of the kind of movement or the kind of platform that I'm now changing into. But don't let that stop you. Come with your freedom shirts. Come just regularly dressed. It is a family-friendly event. This is not
Correct.
going to
Yes.
be a crazy violent event. If you've ever seen our videos, there's a bunch of kids. We're going to actually
Correct.
have kids lead our bullhorn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it's about. It's about our children. So what's the best way to
Yes.
do it is let our kids express themselves to how they feel about forced medical procedures. So don't let any of that stop you. It's I would never encourage somebody to do something I'm not going to do, and I'm taking my kids. So
Mm-hmm.
come out and then also meet a tribe of people
Correct.
who are like-minded. You can exchange phone numbers, you can exchange emails, because we're seeing that we are being censored. I
Right.
have 38 people watching, and usually it's 200. So
Right.
we are absolutely being censored. My page is being some things are being taken down. So come out and meet people who are going to help you protect your family.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's
Absolutely.
about. That's what it's about. So thank you again for all of your
Yeah.
hard work on this. I'm really excited for Friday, and
Yeah, me too.
we will protest Sacramento Bee, because I want Sacramento Bee, but I think this is really important to protect the doctors that are helping protect our babies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's
Yep.
about. So thank you, Heidi, for your work, and
All
I'll
right.
see you Friday, and
Yep. Sounds
we'll
good.
have more information coming out as the week goes by.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys. Have a
Bye.
nice day. Bye.